Hey YouTube, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Vintage Game Finder. I'm Neves Mazda 07, of course, and I know you already see this out of the corner of your eye. You're saying, what's in the black suitcase, Mr. Neves Mazda 07? And I would say it's more than a couple of good things. It's a habit of mine now that I got a couple friends in my gaming circle, specifically in the Southwest Florida gamers, which I always talk about ad nauseum, and it's not gonna stop. They're a great bunch of guys. But anyways, I've grown accustomed to not only looking for retro games, but now I'm looking for retro toys as well, action figures, play sets, and that kind of stuff. And if you guys visit my Facebook page, Vintage Game Finder, you'll see what I'm talking about. Ended up doing an even trade with a good friend of mine, Straight Geeked Out. I'll try to put the link under the page or on the page or whatever, so you can check his videos out and subscribe to him, because he's a really good person, and he always takes care of you as long as you take care of him, of course. So with that being said, I found a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, and I know I wouldn't be able to appreciate it the way somebody like Straight Geeked Out would, because he's pretty mad about picking that stuff up, and also picking up the retro as well, like I do. But I mean, as fun as it is to see it, as fun as it is to play with it with my kids and all that, I know I wouldn't be able to give it the love that it deserves. So I went ahead and made the decision to pass it on, and I'm happy with that decision. And he went ahead and filled up this suitcase, and I've looked at some of the titles, but I haven't seen them all, because I wanted to wait to this video to go ahead and do that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and open this up and see what we have. Well, I gotta say it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. There's stuff here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have games here for 6 consoles, and some of them are boxed, some of them are loose, and I'm gonna run through them pretty quick and in no specific order, so just bear with me. I'll go ahead and start with a strategy guide here that he went ahead and gave me. I like to say I'm not really into collecting the strategy guides, but this is stuff I don't think I'm gonna turn away, because I mean, specifically Sega. This is the official Sega Genesis Power Tips book, Volume 2. It's got color pages, strategies, basically a strategy guide for a whole bunch of different games, role playing, action, sport games, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's in pretty good condition. I'm not looking to go ahead and saran wrap this or anything like that, but this stuff like this is awesome to have in anybody's collection, just to take a trip back in time, not only with the games but with the stuff that came along with it. So that's cool for me to get that. Next, we have a PlayStation 1 game, Siphon Filter 2. Go ahead and open it up. There's 1 disc, and there's 2 discs and the manual, so it is complete in box. I remember this game, but I don't actually remember playing it, so it looks like something I'm gonna hang on to. I don't have any of these games in my PlayStation 1 collection, so I'll go ahead and take that. Next, honestly, there's a lot of stuff. I should be going a little bit faster. Alright, we're gonna go with the Sega Genesis. I have Barkley Sharp and Jam. Don't have a copy of that. And if you notice here, they have different bits here, so I wasn't able to open it, so I'm going to have to take a trip to Lowe's to get the bit that's necessary to open these cartridges up and give them the cleaning that they sorely need. I'm pretty sure those contacts are dirty. So I got that. I got a Battletech, a game of Armored Combat. Let's see. Whoa, Virtual Fighter on the 32X. I have not come across the 32X yet. I'm hoping I do eventually. The library wasn't too expansive, if I recall. I think there was under 100 North American titles. I don't know about Europe or Asia, but I know in North America they were pretty scarce. But then again, you know the history on that system if you're watching this. I got Mrs. Pac-Man loose. Label's in really good condition. Pac-Man is always a fun game for me. Mortal Kombat 2 loose. I like to say the label's in about 80-85% condition. That's pretty good. Sega Primetime starring Deion Sanders. Another Sega Genesis football game tied to my collection. I remember seeing this, but I always went for Joe Montana, Sports Talk Football, or Madden. And I usually shied away from these. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even notice this. A Nintendo Game Boy. First gen. It needs some work, but I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse Game Boys than this, so I mean, I'll go ahead and take this apart, play around with it, and I should have it working. So put that there. Next, we have some Super Nintendo games. Gradius 3. This is a shooter, and from the looks of it, if you don't know what Gradius is, then I don't know what to tell you, but it's a really good game, and happy to add this to my collection of Super Nintendo games. Next, we have Street Fighter 2. No Super Nintendo library is complete without this or Super Street Fighter 2. These games are awesome, especially when you're hanging out with a bunch of people and, you know, the competitive juices get flowing and all that. You want to have a game like that handy. Let's see, what else? Let's keep it on Genesis. Samurai Showdown. I'm happy to say now I have a copy of this for the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. I used to love playing this in arcades back in the day, and the home versions were just as good, but I can't tell you which one is superior. I like to say the Genesis is. I mean, especially with the 6-button controller. That amounts to a lot of fun. So I got that. Sonic Pinball complete. I'm very happy to have this. I love Sonic just as much as I like Mario, but we'll leave that topic for another video. This game was fun, but at the same time it was aggravating, just because it was a little too easy to die in this. So got that. Look at this, Mortal Kombat. This, you asked me, this was the superior version, and in my opinion it was, only because of the blood. Whereas with the Super Nintendo, they had some stupid different color. It almost looked like water or puke. But this was the definitive version for me. Next we have Top Gear 2, another fun racing game on the Sega Genesis. Love playing these. I had a copy of Miss Pac-Man loose, and now I have a copy of Miss Pac-Man complete, and that makes me very happy. Moving on, we have Golden Axe 2. Unfortunately, it's not complete. I'm wishing it was, but I'm hoping that I get to find a loose copy eventually. The cover art is pristine. The case as well is in pretty good shape. It's missing the tab, but that's just little odds and ends that, you know, it is what it is.